Hey everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. So, I am doing this little series, you could say, of pulling transcripts from spiritual channelers, so people who are channeling. What is my hair doing? Other people. And I have a series, a few that I want to discuss with you that come from Bashar. So there is a gentleman by the name of Anka. What's his first name? I can't remember. But he channels a being who is considered a multidimensional energy, basically, by the name of Bashar. Okay. And this is the second transcript or conversation we're going to have of things that Bashar is talking about. Again, he's a entity from another realm, all right, who has also been, my understanding, a human being before. So he understands what we go through on Earth here. So, this particular area of what Bashar was talking about is split in consciousness and parallel realities. I'm kind of interested in this, as I think this is something that Bashar especially is warning us, warning in quotes, not as a scary thing, but just to prepare us that this is going to be happening more and more. He also talks, out of more of the entities who channel through human beings, I hear him talk about open contact with extraterrestrials or those from other planets that is going to be much more obvious, and more people on Earth are going to be aware of it come 2027. So in 2 years, depending on when you're watching this. All right. So again, what we're going to do is I'm going to read some things that Bashar says, and then I'm going to ask the lead team for confirmation. And it's not to try to prove him wrong or anything. It's just part of the conversation that we can have with our spirit teams to see, is this an area they want us focused on? Is this helpful information for us? And again, you can always take it or leave it, whatever you're comfortable with. All right. So let's see. So Bashar, concerning this particular topic of splitting consciousness and parallel realities. All right. Bashar describes how physical realities reflect consciousness. And he talks about astrology, which I think is interesting. Why astrology works as a symbolic mirror, which we'll dive into a little bit, and why he believes the Earth is now splitting into different parallel reality tracks, which does line up with other spiritual folks that we've heard. We've had these conversations, timelines, all that kind of stuff, which may be a little different, the timeline thing, than parallel tracks. I don't know. We'll ask. These teachings matter because they offer a different way to understand polarization, rapid change, and the feeling that people are living in separate worlds, right? It's like, well, have you ever heard yourself what planet are you living on? Right? Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Okay, so we're going to explore these ideas together. And like I said, we're going to ask the lead team for clarity. All right. So let's go ahead and do the prayer real quick, just to open the correct energy that we want here. So I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the lead team collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. And ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, the lead team collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hello, lead team. Thank you as always for your kindness, love, and support of our community, for each of us individually and collectively. Hugely appreciated. We've got some questions here regarding Bashar and what he has told Darryl. His name is Darryl Anka. what comes through Darryl actually from Bashar. Do you have any, do you want us to actually talk to Bashar directly with these? No? Okay. Sometimes they have me call him in. Okay. So you want to answer these questions for us? Awesome. Okay, very good. Just a favor for me is if you can just clear my energy, my biases, so that my energy is not swaying your responses. Okay. I don't know if that's true that it ever does, but can you clear that, please? Yes. Okay, great. Okay, so let's see. So, what does Bashar teach about astrology? So, he says astrology is a symbolic mirror, not a force. Okay. Astrology reflects inner themes you already set before birth. So, as part of our life plans. That's interesting because I think when we go through a lot of what the current astrology is here in the community and in the spirit circle. But I think I've always felt that astrology was this outer thing that gave us opportunities to explore, like the different energies it brings forward for us to explore different things. Okay, that's kind of how I would describe it. But this makes me feel like astrology is put together because of all of our life plans. Oh my gosh, I have to ask that. So, because it says astrology reflects inner themes you already set before birth. So, is that true? Yes. So, does astrology exist? And this is why we see the patterns and all that, because of our life plans. All of our life plans put together, like all of them in the universe. Yes. Oh, so our life plans came first, and astrology was the result of them, of like billions and billions of life plans, basically. Yes. Oh my. All right, you'll have to let me know what you guys think about that, especially Faye. What do you think about that? Our astrologers in the community, like, yeah, does that resonate or does that make any sense? Okay, so Bashar says that astrology doesn't control you, it mirrors your own design. So, however you want to interpret that. Symbols, so astrological symbols, help you see what you're ready to explore. So, it kind of makes sense to me that it gives us some grounding, like it gives you some realistic something to hold on to. Like this, grab this huge crystal I have. This gives me something to look at, right? Where symbols in astrology give us something to look at, some kind of perspective to anchor ourselves, which maybe we need as humans. That's kind of how I'm interpreting that. All right. So Bashar says that astrology helps you it can help you without giving away your power. So yeah, it's interesting. It's a way to look at energy, I think. Can make self-reflection easier and less overwhelming if you focus on astrology. Shows you how to interpret symbolism instead of fear it. Okay. All right. So, a couple questions for you, lead team. Does astrology reflect themes people choose before incarnation? Wow, yes. All right, it's just a different way to ask it than I just did. Do symbols, like astrological symbols, sometimes help people notice patterns they miss? Yeah, so that's what I was trying to say with the rock. Like it just helps us. It's probably like a brain thing. Like we need to see patterns. Yes. Okay. Can someone shift their experience even when a difficult transit is active? So a transit in like we talk about Mercury retrograde. It doesn't have to be difficult, but it can be like certain things can come up that can be challenging. Yes. but we have the power to shift our experience during any difficult transit, correct? Yes. Okay. Free will, right? Oh, it's fascinating. Okay, number 2. So Bashar says the world is splitting into parallel reality tracks. So what he says is humanity is now diverging into distinct vibrational pathways. So just think of it as vibration. We've got maybe those who are in the lower vibration and those who are, I mean, there's probably all different levels, right? And so it's really humanity is diverging. This is very consistent with other things we've talked about, the 3D and the 5D. Those souls who still want to stay in the 5D, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's what they want to continue. Their higher selves want to continue to experience it. And then there's higher selves that want to experience the 5D on Earth. And that's, I'll ask, but that's probably what the divergence is. So Bashar says you can still see the other tracks, but alignment is different. Okay, and I would probably say difficult. So many people in this community, not everybody, because maybe more people who, since I stopped talking about politics so much, if you're new here, we spent the last year exploring what was happening in the political scene, mostly in the US, this year, for those of us who have found it difficult to see what's happening. And so it's interesting because, yeah, you can still see the other track. So for us in this community, I think we could see the other track, and it was difficult for us. It's difficult for us to look at it, to see it, but alignment is different. So we're not aligning with it. So those who, I don't know. So the question is, if those, let's just ask this question. I've never asked this before. If those who are aligning with the F-45 Trump administration, are they more likely to stay on a lower vibrational 3D track? Yes. If they resonate with what's happening. Yes. Okay. Is that a bad thing? No. Okay. So it's a choice that their higher self is making. Yep. So if they resonate with that, is that the difference, let's say, between what Bashar says are the two tracks, the 3D and the 5D, correct? Yes. So those who do not resonate with the shenanigans of the Trump administration are more likely to follow the 5D path of the two different realities. Is that true? Yes. Okay. So Bashar says over time, you experience mostly what matches your frequency. One of the reasons, well, mostly because I think my guides told me, like, you're just done talking about politics. Like, you needed to do that for a year, and I did. And I needed to, I needed to. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't need to. I had a lot of processing to do with you guys. We had a lot of processing to do together. And some of our community members were done with it sooner than I was. And their higher selves were saying, nope, done, 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 right? I'm getting shivers now in my head. But I really felt like I needed to do that for a year. Like it was something I was called to do. And then I woke up one day and it was done. I was just done. And so it's kind of interesting because like my frequency is shifting, and we've asked them that before. Is that why like one day did my frequency just shift? I wish I would have paid attention to like what day it was that I woke up and felt that. I probably could go back because my sister and I were talking about it, because I'd be curious. So they said, yes, I'd be curious to know what was going on astrologically for me, for sure, on that day. Okay, so how looking at the world splitting into these two reality tracks could be helpful. It could explain why polarization feels stronger than ever, okay, right? Why we're disagreeing, why family members are saying enough is enough. I don't resonate with your energy anymore. I don't agree with you either way, whether it's the 3D energy looking at the 5D energy saying, what the hell, right? Or vice versa. Okay. That's happened in my family. It can help you avoid absorbing realities that are not meant for you, right? So, I mean, I literally have the faucet is completely turned off for me. I can't. My husband had Jimmy Kimmel on the other night, and Jimmy tends to show more clips of Trump than like um, Stephen Colbert. And so I can actually, Stephen, I don't know, there's just something about Stephen, it just cracks me up. And I like Jimmy, but he chose way too many. He just shows clips of Trump, and I can't watch him. I just can't watch him. Their energy, I just can't. I can't do it. So I'm just not interested in it. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. So helping you understand this gives you permission to choose the world you want to experience also. So the question is, what world do you want to experience? If you want to, and it's okay. If there are probably people in this community, are there any? Raise your hand, who are like, yeah, I don't mind experiencing the 3D. Like, I want to stay in that experience. That's amazing. Because there's probably others who are going to leave this planet and maybe go to another planet that has 3D experiences. If this planet, for sure, the new Earth, is meant to be 5D between now and 2050 or whatever, if that's the case. So, all right, so let's ask a few questions about this. Are people experiencing different versions of reality right now? Okay, we are. Wow, that is so bizarre. Does someone naturally align with the reality that matches their vibration? Yes, and I think this last time we did another session with Bashar already, and this had to do with like manifesting, and we all know that. I mean, if you've been around the world a little bit, understanding manifestation, then it is about vibration, right? You get what you believe, you get what you attract. If you're negative, you'll attract negative. If you're positive, you'll attract positive. It's a vibrational thing. So yes, okay. Interesting. Do timelines shift when someone chooses a different emotional direction? Oh, wow. Yes. Okay, and we're talking timelines here. Are timelines and parallel, what did he call it? Parallel realities. Okay. So our timelines, I guess this is just semantics maybe, but are timelines and parallel realities the same thing? Oh, yes. Okay. So the way Bashar is talking about it, timelines is the same thing as parallel realities. Yes. Okay. So let me ask that again. Do timelines shift when someone chooses a different emotional direction? Yes, which, I mean, as humans, that can happen every 5 minutes. I mean, depending on what's going on, right? Okay, so the third point Bashar has in this particular transcript is cosmic discoveries symbolically reflect human evolution. Cosmic discoveries, so AI Atlas, symbolically reflects human evolution. He says new Earth-like planets symbolize parallel timelines becoming visible. Discoveries happen when consciousness is ready to notice them. It is fascinating to me. It's fascinating to me that like right now, there's something going on right here that I don't see. Outer reflection mirrors inner development, right? So the more we have these conversations together, I'm guessing the more we have these conversations, the higher our vibration goes every time. I'm hoping that's the case. It does for me. I hope it does for you too. When we were focused on the politics, You know, I have to say, like, the political conversations we had were not just like talking about politics. We were trying to understand it. And so I do think that that helped raise our vibration too. It helped raise mine during a time where my vibration was low because of what was going on. So until I got together with you guys and had these kind of conversations with the lead team, okay, it made me feel better. So it did help to raise our vibrations, which may be why I was inspired a week before the election to come on here and start this community. So is that the case? So when we spent that year talking about politics or reviewing politics and asking all these questions about what was going on, was that was that divinely guided for us to do that as a community? Yes. And was that to help us as a community raise our vibrations during a time that was quite difficult, that would have kept our vibrations low if we weren't having these conversations? Yes, it would have totally kept, my vibration would be so much lower. And I'm not giving myself credit. I'm just saying, as us as a community, is why I think we needed to do that during that time. But we're ready to shift now. And there may be some of you are not, and that's okay. You might find other conversations more helpful. So, how this can help you to understand how cosmic discoveries, we can kind of see things when we're consciously ready for them. It can help you see cosmic events, and maybe this 3i Atlas one, you can look back at that as meaningful instead of random. So they're all meaningful. It is kind of how I'm looking at it too. Reinforces that humanity is in a major transition period. Encourages you to look for signs of growth instead of collapse. I like that. I like that. Okay. All right. So, lead team, do cosmic discoveries sometimes reflect changes in collective consciousness? Yes. Were we only seeing 3i Atlas because of our change in collective consciousness? Oh, yes. Interesting. Would we have seen 3i Atlas 20 years ago? No. Okay. So collectively, we weren't ready to see it? No. All right. Does the timing of discoveries match human readiness to understand them? Yes. Is it true that we will have open contact? Well, it will be much more commonly known, open contact with other beings from other galaxies in 2027. Yes. Is it going to take place then because collective consciousness is ready for that change? Yes. Okay. Interesting. Can symbolic reflections help people understand big transitions? Yes, it totally does. It gives us something to help us process, right? Something, I don't know how to explain it, something to grab onto. We need things to grab onto, right? When we can't necessarily see those things, you know? Okay, how many teachings are we going over? There's one more teaching today. All right. So Bashar also says you move faster when you stop resisting change. So stop resisting change. All right. We move faster. He says riding the rapids gets you downstream faster. Yeah, but it's, I don't know how to resist it, like, especially physically resist something, like not physically resist something, you know? Probably just breathe through stuff. Resistance slows everything down. I think resistance is an interesting thing. We should maybe explore resistance. I'm going to do a call out on resistance because I don't really understand it, to be honest. Resistance. Okay. Depends on when you watch this video. We may have already recorded it or not. I don't know. It depends on when we post this. All right. Unexpected events create momentum for growth. Unexpected events, yeah. Yeah. Yes, it does. All right. So understanding this can help you make change feel less threatening and more purposeful. So everything has a reason, right? Everything. I know that bugs people sometimes when people say that, but doesn't it seem like it that it does? Helps you move forward even when you can't see the whole path. Like we can't see the whole path. Some of us can't see the whole path with the 3D shenanigans right now, right? Shows us how surrender speeds transformation. So surrendering to resistance. I still don't really understand. I mean, I know what resistance means. I just don't know that I understand it in myself fully, you know? I got to think about it. Okay. Lead team, last couple questions. Does resistance slow down a person's progress? Let's just confirm. Yes. Okay. Is the best way to relieve resistance is through breathing, relaxation? Yes. Fun? Yes. Doing something enjoyable, creative? Yes. Meditation? Yes. Exercise? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Can unexpected changes accelerate someone's growth? Yes, probably because it's, scary. It makes us look at things, doesn't it? Does embracing change help someone reach a better timeline? I don't like the word better. No, and they're probably responding to that better timeline. There is no better timeline, it's just different. So does embracing change help someone reach a higher vibrational reality, let's say? Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, very interesting. Well, let me know if you have any questions. If you like this content and you want to hang around with our community more, please subscribe. Check if you're not subscribed and give it a thumbs up. We would be greatly appreciative, and we will see you in the next video. Okay, take care. Bye bye.